The Vitamix itself is different than any blender you've ever seen. In fact, it's 13 different machines in one. What you're going to be looking at in this hour is item number K39465. This is currently our lowest priced Vitamix. It's called the Creations 2. It's a 48-ounce variable speed blender that does things you've never seen a piece of equipment do before. This machine is currently available in a wide variety of colors. We're going to give you an incredible recipe book with over 300 recipes and 688,000 plus QVC customers have picked up a Vitamix since this great company from Cleveland, Ohio joined QVC just a little over 5 years ago. Your color choices are, we've got white, we've got red, we have an espresso, we have a cinnamon red, a cobalt blue, and black. This book will tell you everything you need to know about how to make this machine your favorite kitchen appliance. You're going to get a great instructional DVD. You're going to get your smoothie cup for on the go, made by the folks at Thermos, and you're going to get the best price. This is our lowest priced Vitamix currently available here at QVC. It's a 5-star rated machine that most people pay $442 for. That flip-top smoothie bottle is $18. That's a great price by itself. People all over the country buy Vitamixes, but when they buy them here, they just pay less. Let me introduce you to a buddy. How are you, my friend?
Never better. How are you?
This is Jan Muller. For, 38 years? You still look very young.
I'm 38.
He's 38. He was the only fetus chef ever in the history of the world. I've known you now for going on 25 years.
Yes.
He's been bringing us kitchen innovations, showing us great ways to eat healthy. This machine falls perfectly into the lifestyle now that we're into spring. In the winter, we think of food that sticks to your ribs, right? And now it's April and you realize it's stuck a whole bunch of other places. So we want to be healthier, we want to be smarter, and we want to get the job done a little faster.
Exactly. Well, the Vitamix, as you said, is 13 different appliances in one. But one of the things that people love about it is that you can make hot homemade soup in 6 minutes or less. And that's what I've done here. I've actually taken some broccoli and leftover milk and cheese. And look at this. I've made steaming hot soup in just 6 minutes. Steaming hot. It's simple to do, and I'm going to show you right from the start, because I've noticed, Dan, lately, there's a lot of ordinary blenders out there that keep claiming to do what the Vitamix does, but they never show you it doing what the Vitamix does. So I'm going to show you how this machine will make steaming hot soup from scratch, not preheated, no microwave, no stovetop cooking.
And there's no heating element in the Vitamix.
No, because
it doesn't need it.
It's the design and engineering of the machine that'll turn these blades at over 30,000 revolutions per minute, so it creates friction that heats the soup up to 180 degrees. In here, that's room temp. It's not hot, I've got milk, some broccoli and cheese, a little bit of onion and some leftover beans. It's just leftover stuff. Whatever you've got at home. And I'm going to put this back here and start it, and then in 6 minutes, we'll be ready to serve our hot soup.
Great. There's 3 primary reasons why people buy a Vitamix. And there's a varied line of Vitamixes that are available in the Vitamix family. This is currently our lowest price machine, but they buy it because it's dependable. The durability on this thing is amazing. They buy it because it's so versatile, and the third is they want to be healthy.
Right, and also because they want a Vitamix smoothie. They don't want something that's a somewhat of a smoothie. They don't want bits and pieces and chewing on it in the smoothie.
If it's called a smoothie, it should be smooth.
Exactly, so watch what happens. Here I've got 2 pounds of solid food resting on those blades. I'm going to turn it on from a dead stop, under a full load. Please do not try this in an ordinary blender. You could burn it out. Watch what happens with the Vitamix. Like a giant hand, it'll reach up and pull everything down into the bottom of the bowl. That's the power of the 2 peak horsepower motor, turning at over 30,000 revolutions per minute. Patented stainless steel blades and container designed to take the food over and over again down into the machine. Now at home, you want to wait until this is finished, but here a demonstration, I want you to see that Vitamix Vortex. Take a look. Turning at over 30,000 revolutions per minute, it's spilled it's up right to the very top, and it doesn't spill a drop. You try that in any other machine,
you'll repaint a kitchen.
Exactly. Another reason I love my Vitamix is because it's easy for me to use at home. If I forget to add something in, I don't have to turn the machine off. I just remove the lid plug, and then I can add anything I want, like a whole carrot, completely drop it in. The whole celery with the strings. Apple with the core and the stem.
Now, why would you leave the core and the stem on? That's not what usually people would eat.
Because every single fruit and vegetable made today, grown, okay, the pith, seeds, core, stem actually contains more nutritional value than the juice alone.
Oh.
So with the Vitamix, instead of throwing away the pulp, you get to drink and eat everything that's in that fruit and vegetable.
But you can't do that in every machine.
No, that's why they claim to do the Vitamix blend, but as you'll see today, you need a Vitamix to be able to do the Vitamix blend. All right, so that's one thing. So just for doing smoothies that are really smooth, that's a good reason to buy the Vitamix.
Is that why so many restaurants use Vitamix by brand name?
Yeah, exactly. A second reason is, like you were saying, we eat a lot during the winter.
Right.
Well, I'm going to continue to eat a lot in spring and summer, but let's see if we could actually make it a little less fattening, a little less sugar, and
like
a little
that.
better for us.
Okay.
So in here I've got some vanilla yogurt and a pound of frozen strawberries. That's all I'm going to use. And this will actually make 3 cups, a quart of strawberry vanilla yogurt.
And you're going to see Jan working with that wonderful stopper, and you're going to hear a sound. There it is. That's the sound that would burn out a traditional blender.
Exactly.
You just made frozen yogurt in about 15 seconds.
Yep, and this is what I'm looking for. You see how it forms those 4 mounds? You let the machine do that, it freezes it solid. It's amazing.
It really is.
And
So
again, how
same
can it
machine
do-
that does hot soup does
Right.
frozen yogurt and ice cream.
And again, it's the speed and the design of the Vitamix that allows you to do this. Now look at that. Now that is a delicious, nutritious dessert that you can feel happy about feeding the family. How is that?
It's funny. You've heard of strawberry ice cream?
Yeah.
This is nothing but strawberries and yogurt. That's as fresh gets.
That's exactly.
That's really
You
good.
could use frozen peaches, mangoes, bananas, whatever you want, and any frozen fruit. You could actually use fresh fruit and just add ice. You get the same
Okay.
result.
And we're going to show you, by the way, this is all covered in the 300 plus recipes that you get on our lowest price Vitamix currently in our selection. This is the reason why so many people say they bought their Vitamix to begin with. By the way, Jan is the perfect spokesperson for this company because he's been using a Vitamix for over 25 years.
Correct.
You probably still have your original Vitamix, don't you?
Well, I don't have it, but my mother-in-law does.
Because you buy it once, you got this thing for
That's
life.
it. You've got it for the rest of your life. Okay,
Let's show 'em a real smoothie.
Another thing I want you to take a look at, again, with Vitamix. What's the difference between the Vitamix and all the pretenders that claim to do what Vitamix does? This is a full 48-ounce size container. And do you notice that it's filled right up to the very top? We don't have to fill it just halfway. The Vitamix is designed to be able to be filled right to the very top. I put in raw cabbage, carrot, celery, beet, lemon, banana, apple, orange, honey, pineapple, strawberries, liquid flowing health. There's nothing in the bottom of that bowl. There's no celery string wrapped around the blade. There's no lemon rind, peel or seed. It's completely, totally liquefied. Not blenderized or liquidized.
Yes.
It's liquefied. Now that's important because we put that same drink through a high-speed centrifugal juicer.
Yep.
And look at the amount of food we threw away. Look at that amount of food.
And this is actually the good stuff. That's the
Yes.
healthy stuff.
Skin, seeds, pith, and pulp of every fruit and vegetable contains more nutritional value than the juice alone. More nutritional value than the juice. So why throw it away when you can drink it with the Vitamix?
Right. Plus, I'll put things into a Vitamix, quite frankly, that by nature I wouldn't normally eat.
Yeah. Well, are you going to sit down and eat 6, 7, 8 fruits and vegetables every day?
No.
You and I aren't. Most people won't. But you'll sit down and drink it. How is that?
There's nothing to chew.
No.
There's no bits.
There's no chewing going on here.
And the flavor, again, it explodes.
Yes. It's the texture, the flavor, the smoothness. And that's why, as you said, over 100,000 restaurants throughout the world use Vitamix blenders to make their drinks because they want us to keep coming back as customers. Dairy Queen, Orange Julius, Jamba Juice, Smoothie King. The world's largest coffee shop chain, yeah, that one, uses Vitamix machines. And the Outback Steakhouse restaurant uses Vitamix machines. And the reason they do it is because they actually do what's called a blend test. I'm going to show you what it is.
Okay.
Well, here's our drink that we started out with, okay? 11 fresh fruits and vegetables, solid food. Here's the drink we ended up with, our fresh fruit salad smoothie. Then they take a white plate and they'll pour their drink out on the white plate. Now they're looking for bits and pieces. They're looking for seed, pith, and pulp. Do you see anything in here? No. It's just
Nope.
delicious, nutritious, perfectly liquefied, total juice. Not partly juice, total juice with the Vitamix.
And it makes a difference in how it tastes. It makes it different in the experience. That's why they include in this particular configuration, and it's made by Thermos, that's your travel smoothie cup.
Yeah, so you just
that's how
put-
you start your day.
Yeah.
That was good. You know how I hate beets. I hate them.
Well, you don't even like them when they're cooked. That
no,
was
I
raw.
don't. But the thing is, I don't taste beets in this at all.
You won't taste it, but you get all of the nutrition that the whole raw beet has.
That just tastes like fresh fruit.
Yeah, it's delicious.
This is a much better way to keep your family healthy.
Okay, at the top of the show, I revealed the broccoli cheese soup for you.
Right?
And I said, you know, you see a lot of machines out there that are copycats, imitators, saying they make hot soup, right? So I said, okay, let's make it from scratch with the Vitamix so you can actually see it.
Right.
Because when you see it, you'll believe it. You'll know it's true. So I started this 6 minutes ago, and 6 minutes later, steaming hot soup. And again, simple recipe. I took some leftover broccoli. It could be steamed, raw, or frozen.
Frozen, okay.
Frozen, okay, so you take it right out of the freezer and put it in there. Then I added some milk, a little bit of chicken bouillon. I put in some leftover cheddar cheese. Now look at this. Look at the texture of that soup.
Because that is as creamy as the smoothie that you made.
Yes, exactly. That's why this machine is used in so many of the gourmet restaurants throughout the world to make those $10 a bowl soups when you can make it at home for pennies.
So again, as we want to eat a little bit healthier and we want to treat our family to great, great food, the Vitamix helps you to do it in so many different ways. That is hot.
Is that good?
That is smooth as silk.
Isn't that great?
That's a great meal. And it does 13 different things.
Yeah, well, people buy a Vitamix because it's the performance, the durability, but one more thing before I show you that 13-in-1 graphic. How do you clean the darn thing?
Right.
Most machines, you have to rattle around inside. You never know
Take it
whether
apart,
it's clean,
disassemble
right?
it, yep.
Not with Vitamix. It's designed to be cleaned on the machine. That's why when you go to a smoothie bar, you'll see them cleaning the machine right on the motor. You just put in some water, a little bit of soap, turn the machine on. It actually throws all of the water up to the top, and it cleans underneath the blades up to the lid.
And by the way, that motion of the water, you cannot duplicate with any other machine in the world. It's what makes a
It's
Vitamix different. That's
now
how
we're clean, we're ready to go.
Beautiful.
So, you saw us do a whole food smoothie for total juice,
Right.
no lumps or bumps. You saw us make strawberry frozen yogurt and hot soup from scratch live here at QVC. But that's just the beginning of what you can do with the Vitamix, because it does the work of 13 different appliances. It's a whole food juicer. It's a blender, a food processor, a stick blender, a hand mixer, an ice cream maker, an ice crusher, a meat grinder, a chopper, a cheese grater, a peanut butter maker, a fondue maker, and a hot soup and sauce maker.
And with a 48-ounce BPA-free container, it'll fit underneath most kitchen counters.
Yeah, well, the standard
Right
height
underneath
is 20 inches. This will
Yep.
fit underneath that.
Let me run you through the colors, and I want to point out, in the white, we're already limited. We've got less
wow.
than 100
Oh, my
to
goodness.
go around. By the way, we haven't seen Jan in a while. He's been a busy, busy man. This is, again, our lowest price Vitamix that we currently have in our assortment. Customer top rated, over 688,000 QVC customers are Vitamix customers now. Here's the white that's in limited supply. We have the red. We then also, this particular one is the espresso. Then we've got the cinnamon. Then we've got that vibrant blue, and then we've got the black one. I did that just to impress you. You're going to get over 300 recipes in the Creations book. You get the tamper, and again, that also makes a Vitamix different. And that growl tells you the power of the Vitamix. Great DVD to get you started. And there's your Thermos smoothie cup for taking your smoothies on the road. People pay $422 for this machine all the time.
Yes.
That flip-top smoothie bottle made by Thermos, that's an $18 value as well. Not $460 here, though. We're going to save you quite a bit of money. And we'll also give you 6 months to pay for it.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal, because that's why you come to QVC to get your Vitamix.
Yep.
Right? Plus, you get to use it for 30 days and see whether or not it does everything that I say it does.
If you don't love it, you return it. But the one thing that I really love most is that this is American ingenuity. This is hardworking people, you know, that could be neighbors, and they stand behind their product.
Yeah, so what you want to know about Vitamix is it is a family-owned company since 1921. Same company owns it today, fourth generation. Both of their factories are located in Cleveland, Ohio, and this machine comes with one of the best, if not the best, warranties in the industry. It states in writing with a full 5-year manufacturer's limited warranty. Yeah, 5 years. It states in writing that should your machine fail under normal household use, Vitamix will repair or replace the machine free of charge, and they will pay standard shipping charges both ways from your house to the factory in Cleveland and back again. For complete details, go to qvc.com. But there's 3 things you get on this machine. Number 1, our 2-peak horsepower motor.
Right.
You also get our variable speed, which I'll show you today, which is what everybody wants on the machine because it allows it to go from 1,400 RPMs to 30,000 RPMs. You get it, it's a family-owned company.
Yep.
Factory's located in Cleveland, Ohio, 5-year manufacturer's limited warranty, and over 688,000 QVC viewers are proud Vitamix owners using it every day.
Here is the only concern you're going to have with the Vitamix, because you're going to pay less money for it here than elsewhere.
Yes.
Kitchen decor changes. You've had a Vitamix for 25 years. They don't make gold and olive appliances anymore, do they?
Yeah, I know. Well, I gave it to my daughter, who then gave it to her mother-in-law because they upgraded to a different
You
color
only
and
have
model.
to worry that someday, decades from now, these colors may go out of fashion. That's it. The white is limited. We've got the red. We have the espresso. We then also have, that's a really pretty cinnamon red, the cobalt blue, and then the black. It's the machine people want. We're going to say hello to Ruth. Ruth is down in South Carolina. How are you, Ruth?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I introduce you to a dear friend? This is Jan Muller.
Hi, Jan. How are you?
I've never been better, Ruth. It's good to talk to you.
Are you already a Vitamix owner, or are you picking one up today?
No, I bought last month when you had the wet and the dry container.
Yeah.
Right?
And so far I've made hummus, I've made green juice, I've made the broccoli cheese soup, and I just finished making the ginger carrot soup, which is absolutely fabulous. I love it.
Good, 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 good. Does everything turn out for you, and is it easy to use?
It's easy. I followed the directions and followed the recipe, and everything turned out just fantastic.
Excellent.
And it's easy to clean. I love that part.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody loves that it's easy to clean.
And Ruth, you're from South Carolina, which I'm just assuming this is a stereotype, but you must be a great cook.
I do a lot of cooking.
Because if you're not, they'll kick you out of South Carolina. I don't know if you know
That's
that.
right.
So I'm from Indiana, which is kind of like the South with crappy cooking. That's the way that
That
works.
was very well said.
Okay? I'm not
I'm
a great...
originally from Pennsylvania.
Oh, wonderful. This is... you don't have to be a great cook. This does all the work for you.
That's
And you
right.
can do more things that are homemade and fresh because you have a Vitamix than you could ever do without it. And it makes a big difference. Ruth, we're thrilled that you're thrilled.
Well, I'm loving it, and I would suggest that everybody buy one.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thanks, Ruth.
Okay.
Have a wonderful
You're
day.
welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay,
What do you
easy to
make?
use. Everything tastes great. So that's one of the other great things about Vitamix. It's not hard to use. You just open up the box
Right.
and start using it. So I'm going to make you, this is a new soup. So this is a soup that you can actually make from scratch. And again, I'm just taking vegetables and things that I have left over in my kitchen.
Okay.
So I call this curried carrot soup. It's similar to what Ruth made. She made
Curry
it
carrot
She made
soup.
ginger carrot, which is in the cookbook.
Right.
This recipe's not in the cookbook. It's one that I made up. And it's on qvc.com and at vitamix.com if you want the recipe. But I want you to see something. So when you make carrot soup, or when anybody makes carrot soup, what do they always tell you to do first?
Usually peel the carrot.
Peel the carrot, cook the carrot.
Right.
Right? But then you end up eating a dead carrot. People will
Okay.
stab it with a knife to see if it's dead or done. Dead
True.
or done, it's the same thing, okay? So these are raw, unpeeled carrots that I'm putting in there. I'm going to add some milk and some chicken broth, okay? It could be just milk
And
if
you
you
know
want
how
it.
conscious people are of ingredients today? When you have a Vitamix, you know exactly what's going into it. That's fresh onion.
Yeah, onion and a little bit of
ginger.
a little bit of ginger, and a lemon peel, and then over here some spices. And in here I've just got a little bit of curry, salt, and pepper. Okay.
Okay.
That's it to make hot soup.
That's
Put on the lid,
it.
turn the machine on, and let this machine run for 6 minutes.
Okay.
It'll turn the carrots into liquefied soup, perfect carrot soup. Now I'm going to finish the soup in the back like I do
Okay.
everything else, but along with that, I'm going to make you something very decadent. Vanilla custard sauce.
Okay.
Over here, I've got some egg yolk, milk, flour, a half a teaspoon of sugar, some salt, and butter. Because Vitamix is all things to all people. Remember you were saying we should do a drink that takes donuts and
Yes,
a
I
can
did.
of cola?
And I wasn't kidding.
Okay.
I wanted to do a donut smoothie just because I think there's a market for it. Jan
there
always does
probably
the
is.
healthy stuff. Now, one of the other factors for me, because I have a heart condition, I've got to be really, really conscious of my sodium intake.
Right.
I bought a can of soup and then read the label. One can of soup off the shelf, that particular can was 38% of my entire sodium for the day. When I'm making soup by myself in the Vitamix that takes 6 minutes, I know exactly what's in it.
Yeah, exactly. And even low sodium soups and low sodium broths and so forth have a lot of sodium,
Yeah, yes.
hundreds of milligrams of sodium. You can control the salt and the sugar intake in your diet and the diet of your family when you have a Vitamix. Okay, let me show you some of those other 13-in-1 things you're going to use your Vitamix for at home. Let's say you get up one day, you want to make some meatballs or some meatloaf, or you want to bread some fish or chicken, but you've run out of breadcrumbs, okay?
Have you ever noticed breadcrumbs come in the same container as kitchen cleanser?
Yes,
Yeah.
don't confuse it.
Yes.
So I'm going to take fresh bread and I'm just going to roll it up into a ball. If you have any kids or grandkids at home, my grandchild, my youngest one is Ella. She's 2.5 years old, okay? Actually, I showed a picture of her about a year and a half ago drinking her first green smoothie.
Wonderful.
She's now making them.
Beautiful.
Okay? So you just take this, and this is a great way to show the kids how to cook. Just have them roll it up into a ball, drop it into the Vitamix, turn it on, turn it off. You have breadcrumbs out of fresh gummy bread. What took so long?
Well, most breadcrumbs are, as you would put it, dead bread.
Yes, look at that.
That's still fresh.
Yeah, exactly, fresh. Okay, something harder, Parmesan cheese. That's the hardest cheese that there is.
Okay.
Just cut it up into chunks. If you buy it when it's fresh in a big square or a triangle,
Right.
it keeps longer, but it also keeps it and retains its flavor.
Okay.
Then when you want to use it, you just grind it. And that fast, we've used it as a cheese grater to grind our fresh Parmesan Romano's cheese.
When you open that, you could smell the freshness of that cheese.
Isn't that great? Okay. Here's what everybody really likes to see a Vitamix do.
Are you going to do my
I
favorite?
don't know anybody that doesn't like peanut butter except people that can't eat peanuts.
That's true.
And then you can make walnut butter. You can make cashew butter. You can make almond butter with your Vitamix, okay?
Yep.
Here's how you make a nut butter. Nothing in the container. There's no oil. There's
Right.
no water. There's no molasses. There's no sugar. There's no syrup. There's nothing added to help the machine.
No monosodium
3 cups of
glutamate or
peanuts.
whatever it is.
I'm using a combination of honey roasted nuts and regular roasted peanuts because
Okay.
I like that flavor. Turn the machine on and use the tamper that comes with your machine to just push the nuts down into the blade.
And again, listen for this sound because you're going to hear a growling sound that would be the death throes to a regular blender.
Exactly.
But that tells you when your Vitamix is at its happiest. You can't do this with a regular blender.
Well, that's why they don't show you this live.
Right, I agree.
You know, they say, oh yeah, you know that other machine that that makes the nut butters and we do that, really?
Right.
Well, listen, you can tell me the car goes 180 miles an hour, but if you don't show me that it goes 180 miles an hour, I'm sorry, I'm not believing it. Now look at this. Just in those few seconds that we've been talking,
Right.
having fun here in the old QVC kitchen, we've taken peanuts, and the power of the Vitamix has turned it into peanut butter.
Do you know what people pay
Look at this.
for at the I don't want to mention
Look
the
at this.
grocery store, but when you get healthy peanut butter,
Look
how
at that.
much people pay for a jar of it?
Oh, it's crazy. It's nuts.
You can't get healthier than peanut butter that was made with just peanuts.
Just nuts.
Look at that. Oh, and it's still just a little warm from the friction of the blades.
Oh, it's my chance to talk.
Here, go ahead. Because this is sticking to the roof of my mouth. Let's keep going.
Okay, peanut butter. How about grinding meat for making breakfast sausages, sausage, hamburgers, turkey burgers, salmon burgers?
Okay.
You know, when you buy it already ground in the store, you don't know where it came from.
Right.
You don't know how long it's been sitting there.
You don't know where the cut of the meat was either.
Exactly. So how can you do that with a Vitamix? It's simple. All you have to do, because we have variable speed right here, turn it all the way down to speed number 1, turn the machine on. Then it'll tell you in the directions to chop and dice, turn it up to speed 3, remove the lid plug, and then all I have to do is just drop the onion down in. Now watch what happens when it hits the blades.
Watch how fast this happens. Boom.
So it chops and dices all of your vegetables with no more tears on an onion. Look at that. No more tears, chopped and diced.
And it did it faster than I could pull a mandolin slicer out from underneath the cupboard.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now look at this. Turn it up a little bit higher to speed number 5. And then all I have to do is just drop in my meat and cheese.
Do it together, okay.
Turn the machine on. Then again, take my tamper and just push the meat and cheese down into it. Now again, because the machine is spinning slower than it does when we make ice cream or smoothies, it's grinding the meat instead of liquefying the meat. Look at that. Perfectly ground. Check this out.
So your cheeseburgers have the cheese
Look at
already
that.
in them?
Yes. You could have the onions, the cheese, you could
that's
put in
good.
some breadcrumbs, whatever you want to. And then you just cook that on the grill. So when you're eating and you're feeding your family that hamburger, you know exactly what's in it.
And instead of layering the flavors, you're infusing it.
Okay.
13 different machines in one at the best price. This is our lowest price Vitamix currently in our assortment. What are you doing now?
I'm going to make 2 drinks for you because it is the summertime coming up. I'm going to make a whole fruit margarita.
Oh, okay.
With using a whole orange, a whole lemon, a whole lime. And over here, because some people like something other than margaritas, let's say a frozen peach daiquiri. I'm going to do that over there. I'm going to do this over here. Watch what happens. I'll turn them on.
Now again, if you put ice in a regular blender, that could destroy the blade. Oh, you're going for the frozen daiquiri.
This is why Vitamixes are used in all the restaurants and bars, clinics and labs throughout the world.
Okay.
We actually have a little content panel graphic that'll show you that the Food Service Equipment and Supply magazine has actually voted Vitamix blenders best in class for the last 8 years in a row. Now, what does that mean? It means that they surveyed the people that work in bars and restaurants, nursing homes, clinics and labs, and they asked them, out of all the blenders that you use every single day, which one is the best?
And they say this
Vitamix.
All right. By the way, I'm not saying buy it just for the margaritas, but it's worth it for the margaritas.
Just for the margaritas.
Because you know when you go to a restaurant, the margaritas have a certain consistency that you just couldn't make at home before? Well, now you can.
Look at this. It's all about the pour with the margarita. You don't want any of those pieces of ice, lumps, bumps, and chunks.
This is why your bartending career didn't last.
No, I'm not a bartender. I'm a drinker. So if you want to make it thick, you want to make it thin, it's all the same, but look at that.
Listen, I don't get mad at you and I don't cry when you spill the soup, but you just wasted a lot of margarita.
Well, what can I tell you, brother?
And watch the cleanup. All he's going to do is a little bit of water.
Put it back on my machine, put on my lid.
And watch how it throws it up against the lid and cleans everything in just seconds. And we're ready to go again.
And ready to go.
Now, I would try that margarita, but I have to drive home. I'm actually interested to find out what this new soup tastes like.
What was your reason for not trying the margarita?
Well, I have to drive home.
Oh, I got it. Okay,
I try not to, you know.
Oh, that's good. I'm just checking.
Yeah. You ready? We get our cameras
7
ready?
minutes ago, we started out with room temp ingredients. Check this out. Live right in front of your very eyes, steaming hot soup. Now remember, this is our, it's good, huh?
Yes.
Carrot curried soup. This is made with raw carrots.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you know that carrots are actually good for your eyesight?
Yes, I do. You know why?
I have never seen a rabbit wearing glasses.
That's why. It's because of the vitamin A and the beta carotene that's in the,
All right, let me explain
raw
something.
carrot.
I have known Jan for 25 years. We've been working together for a quarter of a century. And I try to get one really stupid joke in every show. He gets so mad at himself when he laughs.
And he does.
You know what? You can actually smell the carrots.
Yes. How good is that?
I'll be honest. I didn't think carrot soup would be a great taste treat. That's amazing.
Isn't that great?
That's amazing.
Carrot, milk, chicken broth, raw onion, some lemon zest, and some curry and salt and pepper.
Every flavor pops.
Yes. And it's also the texture. You don't have chunks and lumps and bumps. You have a smooth consistency.
Now, where is this recipe again?
QVC.com.
Okay, because it's not in the original book. You will get 300 recipes, but check that out. That's really good. We're going to say hello to Barbara. Barbara, where are you calling from? Where's home for you?
I am calling you from beautiful Northeast Philadelphia.
Oh.
Hey, what's up?
Ta-da! Nice to have you with us. Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you.
Now, what's going on? What can we do for you today? How can we help you?
I am making soups and I am making smoothies. You know, I work in the hospital, so I need to be up in the morning, out, and have my smoothie.
Okay.
Got it. What do you do? What's your favorite one to make in the morning?
I like to have a little kale with a little banana, blueberries, and I work as a nurse.
Uh-huh. And are you happy with the way the Vitamix turns that smoothie out for you? Is it a smoothie or somewhat of a smoothie?
It's a smoothie.
It's
A real smoothie, yeah.
Yes, it is a real smoothie.
As a nurse, you know the importance of nutrition and eating healthy. And it's
Yes.
probably harder to do than ever before because of our busy schedules. But when you've got a
Right.
machine like this, how long does it take you to make your smoothie before you head off to work in the morning?
Oh, my God. It takes everything. I have to break everything down, peel everything, chop everything, take everything out before I can even put it in a machine.
That's the way it is normally. When you get the Vitamix, you can make it. We were making smoothies in what, 30 seconds? Mm-hmm. And the cleanup
Yeah.
is another 3 seconds, and you're off and running.
It's fabulous. I've never seen nothing like it. It's like having magic in the front of my hands. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
And Barbara, how many times nowadays do you buy something knowing that you're going to be able to use it every day, if you want to, for years and years and years? They are proudly made in Cleveland, Ohio. They back them up with a 5-year warranty. You've got the best of the best coming your way. We just happen to have the best price. So
It is. It's wonderful.
enjoy. All right, the blue
Thank
one
you,
is
guys. Have a great
soon
day.
to be there.
See
Bye-bye.
you, Barbara. Thanks for calling.
Nice. What do you
All
have
right,
now?
so we just finished curried carrot soup
Amazing.
and the vanilla.
I hadn't tried this yet.
Well, you got to try
I'm
the vanilla
starting to ask a
custard
lot
sauce.
out of this top button. Somebody could get hurt.
So all I did in here is I took some egg yolk, some milk, flour, a half a teaspoon of sugar, salt, and butter. So again, I controlled the amount of sugar and the amount of salt in that custard, but you wouldn't know it from the flavor, would you?
I apologize. I didn't hear anything you just said.
That's quite all right.
Kind of glassed over.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, that's very good.
It's good.
Oh.
Okay, so let me show you again if you just tuned in and you haven't seen how the Vitamix does that, because there's no smoke and mirrors, there's nothing changing here. I always do both of them hot recipes right back here in the same 2 motors that we're using up here. I put them in sound chambers so that we can have more machines going, so we don't have 3, 4, 5 machines going at once in here.
Okay.
So now I'm going to show you how to make bacon cheddar potato soup, David Venable's most favorite soup. It's milk, baked potatoes, dill, onion, and cheddar cheese. That's it. And then over here, I'm going to make a chocolate orange fondue with heavy cream, orange zest, semi-sweet chocolate butter, and triple sec. So again, you can be very, very healthy, you can be very, very decadent, or you can be in between when you own a Vitamix. I'm going to start these soups. They take 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'll be right back.
Beautiful. Let me run you through the colors while he's doing that, because already the white has become very, very limited. And with your purchase, even though this is currently our lowest price Vitamix in our assortment, you're still going to get the 300+ recipes. You're going to get that same powerful 2-peak horsepower motor that 668,000 QVC customers have fallen in love with. Here's the white. That's the one that's most limited. Bright red, and with that 48-ounce container, it will fit under most cabinets. Leave it right there on the countertop. Here's your espresso. We then have the cinnamon red, a bright, bright blue. That's what our last caller picked up. And here's the black. Now, by the way, a lot of these colors were created for QVC. They started off as exclusives that you couldn't ever find in stores. Now, we've got all of them. There's your cookbook, a great how-to DVD. This is your tamping stick. And again, that's one of the things that makes a Vitamix different. It's the power of that motor. You're also going to get that 18-ounce flip-top smoothie bottle made by the folks at Thermos. That's a $460 value. We've got it on the air for $399. It's a nice savings. Big chunk taken out of that price. And don't forget, here at QVC, you're going to get 6 easy pay payments to pay for it as well. So, is today the day you get your Vitamix? It's spring, we want to eat healthier, all the fabulous and fun foods that you can make with a machine that does 13 different things, all right on your kitchen counter. Let us take a quick break. Our soup will be up in just a few moments. Jan's got more recipes for you. Let our operators take your phone calls, and we'll be back in just a second. QVC extends our deepest sympathy to all who have been impacted by the earthquake in Nepal. Make a contribution to the Red Cross relief efforts at redcross.org/donate or by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. That's 1-800-733-2767. This has been good eating. I mean,
it's great eating. Are you kidding
my body
me?
weight so far.
Good.
That soup was amazing.
Well, listen, if you want to lose weight, get yourself a Vitamix. If you're sick and tired of being tired and sick, get yourself a Vitamix.
Because you control what's going into all
Exactly.
your food.
You really are what you eat. So I'm not saying that you have to become a health nut
Right.
to have a Vitamix. You don't. But it will actually help you decide what do you really want to eat today. And if you want to make a difference in the weight of your body, if you want to lose weight or gain weight,
Okay.
use the Vitamix to allow yourself to do that.
Plus, I think things are more flavorful. This guy right here, he probably knows more about a Vitamix than anybody I've ever met. This is Jan Muller. Jan's been working here at QVC for 25 years. You've had a Vitamix now for
25 years. I
25
bought my
years.
first in 1990.
Vitamix actually came to QVC about 5 years ago. And
Right.
in that time, we've had over 680,000 machines that have been purchased by you, our audience. This is a customer top-rated item. It is the least expensive Vitamix currently in our assortment. And with over 3,300 reviews posted on QVC.com since January 2010, 2,955 of those were 5-star reviews.
All right, so I want you to divide those two numbers into each other, and what's
Easy.
the percent?
A lot.
It's 90%.
I trust him.
But listen, how about that? Over 90% of the people that reviewed this
Right.
machine gave it a 5-star rating.
This company is based in Cleveland, Ohio. And, man, there are still some things we do very, very well.
Yes,
They
exactly.
back it with a 5-year warranty.
Yep.
Are you going to make hummus?
I am going to make hummus.
I hate hummus from the grocery store, and I love it at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make any sense?
It does make sense because, first of all, it's fresh. Second of all, you know what's in it. And I don't
Right.
have to tell you about the health issues that you can have with prepackaged food out
Yes.
there, okay? So in here I have a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, garlic, toasted sesame seeds, lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and cayenne. So I'm going to use my speed again down here to speed 5, turn the machine on, and then take my tamper and just work the hummus beans, the garbanzo beans, and the chickpeas down into the blade.
There's that happy growl.
Exactly.
Perfect. Now, again, that sound would be the death throes of the motor
Look at
of
this.
any other blender.
Homemade hummus in just seconds, and you know what's in it. You get to decide how much of everything you want in. Do you
Yep.
want more garlic? Would you like to add some bell pepper? Whatever you want to do. Help yourself, brother, and our soup is done.
And because it's fresh, you know it's going to be more flavorful. So while he gets the soup ready,
How is that?
I like the garlic.
Nice, huh?
That's a nice touch. Come here. Come here.
You know what I also do for my hummus at home? Because I love garlic,
Okay.
but nobody else around me, including my wife, loves that I love garlic because they get to smell it too, right? So I do roasted garlic. So I get the intense flavor of the garlic. I just
Okay.
take a whole clove of garlic, a little of olive oil, put it in some tin foil, and bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then I just squeeze all of that roasted garlic out of the garlic clove, and I make my hummus with that. Now, that is
And I like a
delicious.
little heat. A
Yeah,
little cayenne in there.
little
Yep.
cayenne. Steaming hot soups again in about 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
No, but wait. Chocolate soup?
Chocolate. Well, it's chocolate fondue. You can call it chocolate soup if
Okay.
you like. So I'll pour this out for you, and then I'll show you how to finish the bacon cheddar potato soup. So the reason I show you a soup and a dessert at the same time is to show you the diversity, what you can do with this machine.
You can see
Because you can make the
steam.
soup and then be eating the soup, and then you could be making the fondue while you're eating the soup.
By the way, this was all done without a heating element.
Yep.
It's the power of that 2-horsepower motor and the fact that the blades are spinning. What is the RPM again?
30,000 revolutions per minute.
And designed to run at that speed for years.
Yeah, it's designed to last you. This is designed to be the last machine you'll ever have to purchase in your kitchen. That's a high-speed, professional blender.
There's so many people in our 5-star reviews mark this. You can't find a better machine.
No, exactly.
Over and over and over, people say that.
This is one of the reasons people like this model, the Vitamix Creations 2, not only because it is our lowest price machine that we have on QVC at this time, but
The
look at this.
variable
This is the variable speed. So down here at speed number 1, I'm going 1,400 revolutions per minute. I want to make this soup that I just made a chunky soup. So I'm going to turn it up to about speed 3 or 4
Okay.
right in here. I'm going to turn the machine on. And now the blades are spinning slower than 30,000 RPM.
Okay.
So now I can add leftover baked potato. Remember, I'm removing the lid plug up at the top.
And you're leaving the skin on the potato.
Leave the skin. Well, yeah, you just bake the potato.
Okay.
Some cooked bacon. Okay. Drop that in. And now I'm letting the machine chunk it up. So
Okay.
it's chunking everything up. So now I've got a chunky bacon cheddar potato.
And I
soup.
love there's no learning curve on this. You don't have buttons like frappe, because
No.
I never knew what frappe meant.
Well, if you ever listen to those machines that have 10 different speeds on them, chop, ice,
they all
frap,
still sound
all
the
sound
same.
exactly the same.
That's
okay?
exactly true. That's a
here you
good
go.
point.
Look at this.
Now,
bacon,
and this happens
cheddar.
to be, this is David Venable's favorite soup.
Yes, exactly. Well,
Look
you
at
can see
that.
why. It's cheese and bacon.
Did you know where I grew up, bacon is actually our state bird?
Well, it is. It's Wisconsin, right? Or Indiana?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Oh, you know what? That's hot too. Oh, I'm going to wear this.
No, you're wearing out your welcome with all of our Indiana viewers with your comments. I know that they know you're kidding.
I love Indiana. Oh my gosh.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really good. Wow.
So that's in the book.
How many recipes total? I know it's over 300. It's I can't remember. It's over 300
300 what?
recipes in the book.
Over 300 recipes in the book.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about smoothies again, because that's pretty much the reason that most people buy their first Vitamix, and then, of course, then they start using it for other things.
Right.
So we have a lot of green smoothies, which our viewers have been calling in about,
Yes.
in the cookbook. But this is the one that my wife makes for me when I'm back in California. She makes this for us every single morning.
Okay.
So this is also not in the book, but it is on QVC.com, and it's called My Green Smoothie. Okay.
All right.
So because we are not into dairy any longer, okay,
Right.
and we're gluten-free and we're sugar-free, okay, for the most part,
Right.
okay? So we made this with almond milk, which my wife makes in her Vitamix. It's simple to do. She just takes the almonds and water.
Okay.
She soaks them overnight, and then the next day she drains it, puts it in the Vitamix with more water, turns it on, and in 1 minute she has homemade almond milk.
Great.
So I have some almond milk in here, and then we use coconut water, because coconut water is really good for you because it has so many electrolytes. It's really good for your body.
Okay.
So that's what I've got in here, some milk and some that. Now I'm going to add some fruits. So we take in some pineapple. We just drop in the pineapple. We take a piece of ginger. We take an orange without the peel and a lemon without the peel. And then I'm going to add in a banana, frozen mango, and some ice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take some kale. Oh, I'm going to take my protein powder, because we usually go out and take a
Okay.
walk or go spinning or something like that.
All right.
And then I'm going to take 2 cups of spinach and kale.
Which, by the way, there's no way you could eat that much vegetables.
No, I'm not sitting down and eating this ever. I don't care if you put
I know.
I don't care if you put 7 ounces of salad dressing on it, I'm not eating it. But I want you to see something. We put this same drink through a high-speed centrifugal juicer.
Okay.
I want you to see what we've been throwing away.
That's
Look at that.
half of what you put.
You can even see
into it.
The whole leaf went right through that juicer. Look
Okay.
at that. So you're throwing away the food that you wanted to make.
Well, you look at it, and common sense says you can't make juice out of that, but the fact is you can. Watch it grab it. That's sitting at the top. In just a few seconds, you'll see it just get pulled down. There it goes. Look how bright that color is.
Okay, while that's running, over here I'm going to make some vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
So if you've been watching for the last few minutes, you've seen me make strawberry frozen yogurt.
Hate to interrupt. We've got half a dozen left in the white.
Oh my goodness.
And that's it.
Wow.
And then they're going to be gone. Go ahead.
So you've seen me make vanilla ice, you've seen me make strawberry frozen yogurt using frozen strawberries.
Yes.
I'm now going to take milk, 2% milk that I put into an ice cube tray.
Okay.
And I froze it into ice cubes. So instead of ice or a frozen fruit, I'm using frozen milk.
Okay.
This could be frozen soy milk or almond milk or coconut water, okay?
Okay.
Then in here, I've got some half and half, a little bit of sugar, some non-fat dry milk, and vanilla extract.
Okay.
Put that in. Put this on top. Turn it on. Again, I'm using my tamper. You know, we have some of our neighbors got their Vitamix while I was home in California.
Okay.
So they asked me, would you come over and show us some of your favorite recipes? So I did, okay? And she said, you know, when you make those ice creams, can you really just let the machine run and push down with the tamper? I said, yeah. You don't have to worry about the Vitamix. It's afraid of nothing.
Right.
So you don't have to be. So you let it run until you hear that Vitamix growl, and
you
you're
always
looking
see
for this.
those 4 chambers.
You're looking for those 4 mounds that form. You see those 4 mounds? And that means it's frozen solid. So now we've made vanilla ice cream.
Jan, I'm old enough to
this.
remember making ice cream in the summer on the front porch, and it took all day. It took all day. Look at this consistency.
How is that?
It's a lot better than store-bought.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And it's
homemade.
2% milk, dude.
So I
2% milk.
So I can eat more?
Not whole milk, not cream. There's no egg yolks in it, nothing else. 2% milk.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
How great is that?
I'm going for one more thing of ice cream before we go
Okay.
to the green thing. All right, Jan.
No,
by
I
the
have
way,
another. I have another. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jan, and I won't say preaching. Jan was smacking me 5 years ago about eating healthier and
Yes.
talking about this, and we weren't on the air. It was just you and me talking. And there's a whole world of individuals that are starting to realize when you've got a Vitamix in your kitchen, you've got a sense of control over your own intake of food that most of us never had.
Yeah.
When we only shopped at the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. So, also now you know all those juice bars that are out there now, smoothie bars.
And they're
Okay.
expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Look at this. A perfect, not a somewhat smoothie, but a perfect smoothie.
Vitamix does so many things very, very well, but this is what it does to perfection that no one else can compete with. I taste a little bit of the ginger,
Yes. How good is that?
but I'm tasting the fruit. I'm not tasting the
That's what
the
I
green
wake up
stuff.
to every morning. Now, another tip for you if you're watching, when you want to make your smoothie for the morning, load the Vitamix container at night with everything that's not frozen.
Okay.
Okay? Put it in your refrigerator with the lid on. So in the morning, all you have to do is just get up, take it out, pour in the liquid, put in the frozen stuff, and turn it on.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Can I make you a cheese fondue? Would you be interested in a cheese fondue?
Have I ever said no to cheese?
Is your name Dan?
Yes.
Dan Hughes?
Cheese.
Cheese?
The white, by the way, do we have any left at all? Hold on, one more sip. We are almost out of the white. The white, we have a handful to go around, and that is it. And when I say a handful, I think we've got 4 left. We then also have, here's the bright red. The 48-ounce container, BPA-free, will fit under most kitchen cabinets. So leave it on the counter. Here's your espresso. That's what Kelly and I have. Here's the cinnamon. We've got blue, and then we also have black. 688,000 QVC customers have bought Vitamix machines. You're going to pay less for it because we get it at a better price. You'll pay $3.99 when everybody else is paying $4.60, and we're going to give you as well the 18-ounce flip-top smoothie bottle. So we're going to do a cheese fondue.
Yeah, I'm going to do a traditional cheese fondue. Again, this recipe's in the book.
But this isn't a fondue pot with a little burner and a flame.
No, it's the Vitamix.
Yeah.
Remember, it does 13 different things in one. One of them is making hot fondue. So in here, I've got some white wine, water, cornstarch, cubed Swiss cheese, nutmeg, salt, and pepper. Okay? But I don't have to stand over the stove and make it.
Right.
I don't have to hope that it doesn't separate.
Yeah, yes.
Okay? I let my Vitamix make it. So I'm going to turn this on back here in my sound chamber. It takes 3 minutes.
Okay.
And while we're doing that, I'll show you a couple of more things.
Beautiful. So my question is, have you wanted a Vitamix for a long time? You know, during the fall, during the winter, we think of foods that kind of stick to our ribs. And we have the chilies and the meatloafs. And, well, now we're into spring where we're starting to think about a little bit healthier eating. And we're busy. The Vitamix will save you time where you can now do home cooking and your own creations in a fraction of the time it took without 13 different appliances built into one machine.
Okay,
What do we
summer's coming, baby. It's May, Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yes.
Okay. So margaritas we made earlier.
Okay.
Let's make some salsa to go with it. You can make your guacamole and salsa in here. And I think you were telling me earlier about
Salsa.
salsa.
Yeah.
So why don't you share that?
Okay, it's real simple. Again, I've got to be concerned about my salt intake. And bought a jar of salsa and noticed that the salt was through the roof. Now, he makes an incredible pineapple salsa.
Yeah, and this recipe is in the book. And the reason I can do it is because I've got my variable speed down here, so I can turn this all the way down to speed number 2.
Uh-huh.
And then I use my tamper. In here, I've got olive oil, lime, pineapple, salt, cumin, cilantro, bell pepper, and jalapeno.
But not a single tomato.
No, this is pineapple.
But I've got to tell you, it's the taste of summer.
So that's my base. Oh yeah, it's the taste of summer.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna love this. I'm gonna add in some more pineapple now, because I
Okay.
made that base. Make your guacamole the same way. Turn the machine on. So now you can make margaritas in the machine, peach daiquiris in the machine. You can turn around and make your own pineapple salsa. Done.
And you did it in just a matter of a couple minutes.
Yep.
That's the amazing thing. And again, but when you crack the lid, you smell the freshness of all those ingredients.
Dude,
That's perfection.
dude, you're gonna want to take this home.
I'll just put the rest of this in my pocket. Is that what you're saying?
How is that?
That's good.
It's good, isn't it?
Good. That's great.
Okay, peanut butter cup milkshake, because we can make things for the kids in here as well. In here I've got milk, chocolate syrup, vanilla ice cream, and peanut butter, because we made the peanut butter earlier. And then over here, while that's running, I'm going to take some whipping cream, and I'm going to whip cream, because remember, it is a hand mixer. So, how can the same blades tell the difference between milkshakes and whipping cream, making pineapple salsa?
I wonder, why are you asking me? That's the question I was about to ask you.
I'll tell you why. It's the design and the engineering of the machine as a whole. You know, Vitamix has
Okay.
over 200 patents worldwide on their machines. So it's the designs, the engineerings, the patented portions of this machine, from the motor all the way up to the lid, that
And-
allows it to be able to perform and have it do for you what you want it to do, whether it's from a milkshake or from just taking
Oh, look at this.
cream and making whipped
Look at
cream.
this.
Okay, come on. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I call Uncle. I'm glad this is a 1-hour show, not a 2-hour show. You'd have to roll me out of here. And you could tell that you made the peanut butter fresh.
Oh yeah.
You've got to try. This is in the book?
How good is that?
Oh. I need a nap. That is wonderful. By the way, the white just sold out. The white is completely gone. We've had, over 500 of you on the phone lines.
And
That's
we started
the
this
cheese
3 minutes ago.
fondue.
Look at the consistency of this. Look. I would challenge anyone, even somebody from Switzerland, to make a better fondue.
Jan, we've known each other forever. You know more about the new inventions and the passing trends and the gimmicks in the world of kitchen. Do you have any other appliance that you have more fun with than your Vitamix?
Not more fun with, no.
Yeah.
I have my food saver on the counter because I use that,
Right.
because I'm, vacuuming food and everything, and I've had that since 1986. Vitamix since 1990, but I look for things like KitchenAid as well, or Keurig
Right.
as well, Dyson vacuum cleaners, The products that are designed and built by manufacturers that you buy one of them and you use it for the rest of your life. You don't have to
agree.
say, oh, now it stopped working, or I now have to, get rid of it because they've got a new model out that's, so much better and all that stuff. No, the same Vitamixes back from 1980 and 70 are still working today.
And doing a fabulous job.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
when you build perfection, you can't make it any better.
Okay, so what do I have?
What do we got here?
I have to switch these.
Okay.
Because my notes tell me what's in them.
You want to go off? We say hello?
Oh, yeah,
At
let's
the same
do it.
time?
Sure.
Margaret, where's home for you? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Florida.
Nice to have you with us. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Have you been watching the show for a little bit? Was there one particular recipe that caught your eye?
Actually, it was so funny. When I walked out into the kitchen, I had a can of garbanzo beans.
Okay.
And as you were making it, I said, oh, my God, okay. So I just did it. Wonderful.
Okay.
Oh, good.
That's fun.
I love it.
So it was actually funny, but mainly I'm calling because I had bought the Vitamix a couple of years ago, and then a friend of mine had said I'd go back, maybe go get another brand, a cheaper brand. I did. It was a regular blender. It was no good. Went back to the Vitamix again, and then the same friend has said she did research on this other particular blender that was supposed to be right up there with Vitamix. She said you should try it. Give up the Vitamix. You're going to love this. I did. I bought this other blender. I had it for about a week and a half. I threw it in the box, went right back to the store, and I returned it because it was leaving pieces of the vegetables, even spinach. And I enjoy throwing my vitamins in. I take a lot of vitamins in the morning, and I find it easier to do some of them in the blender with
Yes.
the smoothie.
Yep.
Yes.
And the other half I drink, on my own.
Yep.
And in packing the other one, even it was so loud that I had to put the dog in the bathroom because he would howl and cry until I was done with the smoothie.
Excuse me.
Right.
And we threw it in the box, took it right back to the store again, and I will tell you that I will swear anybody, I will never, ever, ever go back to anything. I will stay with my Vitamix. There is nothing like it. My daughter enjoys the fruit sorbet, so I can get her off the ice cream so much.
Yes.
And it's amazing. It's an amazing product. This is the first time I have ever called anyone to do any kind of a testimonial, and I will definitely tell you that I will never, ever go back to anything other than this Vitamix.
Well, thank you, Margaret, for calling in.
Margaret, that brand loyalty is nationwide. We've had just an amazing number of people. It's over 600,000 people who have bought this particular blender. And I've eaten so much peanut butter. So much stuff. When they review it, 5 stars. Again and again and again and again. And you'll be pleased for years. You'll be thrilled for decades. Okay?
Yep. Thank you.
Good.
So I just wanted to, like I said, I don't usually call and make testament. This is the first time ever, but I had to call in.
Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Be
Very
Thank
much.
you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
too.
That says a
Okay,
lot.
bye.
Yeah, it says a lot. Of course it does.
Okay, now we still have 4 or 5 other demonstrations, but we've run out of time, but
Yes.
we'll go ahead and make them and I'll eat them.
Well, if you stay, I'll make them.
Over 3,300 reviews posted at QVC.com since January 2010, which is when the great folks at Vitamix came to QVC. 2,955, 90%, are 5-star reviews. Who did that math? Actually, I think you did the math.
Yeah, I did do the math.
5-year warranty, from a leader in the industry.
Yeah, well, first of all, Vitamix is a family-owned company since 1921. They built the first Vitamix in 1937. They've been making them since then. Both of their factories are located in Cleveland, Ohio, and your machine comes with a full 5-year manufacturer's limited warranty that states in writing, in the unlikely event your machine should fail under normal household use, you do not have to worry about it. Simply call Vitamix in Cleveland, Ohio. They actually have only 4 Vitamix repairmen to take care of 4 million Vitamixes. They will send out
break very often, do they?
Exactly.
Yep.
They'll send out a call tag, or they'll have someone pick it up from your door, bring it to Cleveland. They'll fix it or replace it free of charge and ship it back to you. And they pay standard shipping charges both ways, so it costs you nothing. For complete details, go to QVC.com. So, Vitamix today, variable speed, 48-ounce container, 5-year warranty, 2-peak horsepower motor, 300 recipes in the book.
And the lowest price.
And the lowest price.
Lowest price Vitamix in our current selection, not $460, $399. We'll give you 6 months to pay for it. The shipping and handling is free. You've wanted it. You've waited for it. Today's your day. Thank you, Jan.
You're
Love
welcome,
working
Dan.
with you. Thank you for your friendship, too.
You're welcome, brother.